Right. I don't know. Right? Maybe. I mean, seriously, WWE, you're really going to shake things up here? What am I supposed to believe here? You got the Wild Card Invitational. I'm supposed to expect all brand split, LOL. You're actually going to give me a champion on Monday Night Raw? You're going to just merge the women champions? Okay, wait. I got tag champs on both Raw and Smack. That don't make no damn sense. Fuck this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special exhibition I'm hosting where I am not going to be simply predicting. I am going to have my friends simply drafting. Welcome to the first ever WWE Draft exhibition. You know what this is, for I'm the simple official of this simple brand. And my name is Noel Foster. With me are the teams that I gathered out of the Simply Predicting family, from Horsemen to WYW Galaxy to Friends in Wrestling. Shout out, of course, to Mark Griffith, who is not here. And shout out to Tim Tobin, of course, the correspondent. Representing Team Monday Night Raw is Christopher Rotz, longtime friend of WYW Galaxy and founder of Meltdown Wrestling League. Jeff Chadwick, representing Friday Night SmackDown, will be Dwayne Atkinson, and Tim Tobin, who may not be here because he's on assignment. So before we get into things, gentlemen, how are we all doing? Are you ready to have fun with tonight's draft? How you feel about the draft coming up that's literally 1 week from tonight? And speak of which, it looks like he's going to try and become a part of things here. See if he gets his camera in order. Chris, let's start with you. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I'm off next Friday for the WWE Draft Night 1, so I'm looking forward on that. This draft is all about changing the game, and you don't know who's going to show up on Raw. You don't know who's going to show up on SmackDown. The surprises are going to be happening, so I can't wait to draft tonight, and you might be getting some surprises from my buddy Jeff Chadwick and I.
All right, fair enough. Jeff, good to see you again. How are you, sir? And how you feeling about the WWE draft coming up?
I am extremely excited. I've been to a draft, and the one that was in Worcester back in 2015, 16, something like that. And the draft is always my favorite time of year because you never know who's going to be drafted where, and there's always surprises. So this one, I see a ton of surprises because Triple H has let us on to know a few things here and there of what to possibly expect. So I can't wait. I say let's get this underway. Why wait a week? Let's do this now.
Yeah, why not, right? It's so easy for people like, okay, this person should go to here, this person should go to here. Well, let's see if we can actually dictate a better draft than the WWE. And that's what I challenge both of my teams to come up with tonight. So before we get into things, representing Friday Night SmackDown, Tim Tobin. Tim, you're muted right now, but Tim, how are you? If you can unmute your mic, feel free to share your initial thoughts of how you feel about the WWE draft coming up.
I'm good. I can't wait to see who's gonna become what NXT superstars are gonna be drafted Indy or Zoe Starks or Braun Breaker or maybe Cameron Grimes gonna get called up. With Cameron Grimes been maybe he's gonna called up to Raw or SmackDown. Been out for a while.
Nice. And Dwayne, good to see you again. How you feel about the upcoming draft coming up next week?
I'm bummed to a point where I was making plans to go to Monday Night Raw, May the 8th in Jacksonville, Florida, which was supposedly rumored to be a one-night draft that night. However, I guess Triple H and company found out that I was trying to go, so they decided to change plans on me. So, needless to say, I will not be going there. And two, don't let your eyes fool you. I am representing the blue brand, but I am wearing the wrong colored shirt. So I do apologize about that.
That's all good. The only one that has to look official is me because I am the simple official. So it's all good. And great to hear and see all you gentlemen. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Please like, comment, tell a friend, give it a thumbs up. Sean Garner, we see your thought. That's an interesting take. I'm not going to necessarily put it up because I know that everyone here has already been brainstorming in their boardrooms about their picks. So here's how this fun thing is going to go down. And for those that don't know, we are discussing our own variation of the WWE draft. This graphic is out of date, but as of 1 week from tonight, the draft starts on Friday Night SmackDown, April the 28th, and continues on through Monday Night Raw on May 1st. So I decided to put together two teams, each one for their respective brands, to put together a draft of their own. And whether or not it's better than WWE, maybe the same, who knows? I gave them free range to pick everybody across the entire WWE roster, male, female, SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. And just like the TV show, I figured that it makes sense for Raw to kick things off because it is the premiere show of the WWE because it's 3 hours long. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, of course, back and forth, for I think we'll see how timing goes. We'll do the normal 5 rounds. That's what SmackDown usually has time for, if not 7. And we will go from there. But Sean Garner, good to see you. That's an interesting tick. I'll put that up real quick. We'll let people figure on that. Gabriel, good to see you. TGIF indeed. You gotta love Fridays, folks. They give the people what they want. Hello, Dave, and shout out to his buddy, Christopher Meltzer. Damn.
Oh, Mike.
Wow.
That's my work buddy. That's my work buddy.
Well, someone apparently is watching the news way too much or likes to share a lot of it.
I feel all of a sudden I feel very uncomfortable working with a Meltzer right now.
Trust me, you get used to it.
Well, call me Dwayne Alvarez then. How about that? Does that make you feel better?
Well, not much, but we'll work with it, I guess.
Oh, all right. Well, that being said, the rules are as simple as follows. Raw will have the first pick, then SmackDown, vice versa. We'll go on a series of 5 picks per each round, and then we'll recap, and then we'll see if the chat has any thoughts regarding what the picks have been so far, if they would change anything, if they would agree with anything. And then we'll continue going from there. Like I said, we'll work on 5 rounds, maybe 7, just to see how timing works. They could pick individuals. Everyone's free of range, including NXT. They cannot draft factions, though, or stables, because factions and stables are combinations of tag teams and singles competitors. With there's only being 3 factions, it's kind of irrelevant. Even 2021 didn't do that. They broke up a freaking one. So that being said, they could draft singles, tag teams, champions, NXT, everybody here that's an actual worker for the company, and we're focusing, of course, on in-ring workers, is available and up for grabs. So without further ado, Raw, SmackDown, and the entire focused community of the WWE universe that chooses to tune in on this presentation too, let's get right into it. Good luck to both of you. Let's have some fun. Raw, you are up first as you have the overall first draft pick. So who would you draft to Monday Night Raw as the #1 draft pick overall, if I have to guess?
Well, Monday Night Raw, we have the first pick on USA Network. And our first draft pick is going to be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Very nice. Cody Rhodes, of course, who came so close to finishing the story at WrestleMania, but is also one of the top merch sellers in WWE right now. Definitely a main draw, definitely a world champion waiting to happen. So Cody Rhodes is your overall first draft pick. We'll see if WWE reflects that and if Raw reflects that as well. I like that a lot. Okay, SmackDown, you are up next. What is your first draft pick?
Tim, did you get my message? Give me a thumbs up, yes or no.
As Tim is mobile, folks.
Dwayne, I'll note it because I got best interest for this. If you want.
You're good.
Go ahead.
This is fun.
So, SmackDown, ready?
Yes.
Is the World Heavyweight Champion of SmackDown, the leader of the Bloodline, The Rock's family, another family, Roman Reigns.
Of course, acknowledge him. The one that is breaking all the records. It is on his way to surpassing Pedro Morales and hitting the 1,000-day mark after beating the American Nightmare. He has been the guy on another level in WWE. All right, then. Back to Raw now for our third overall draft pick. Raw, who do you have in mind?
So first of all, I acknowledge my beer. That's about the only thing I acknowledge.
Wait, I'm gonna make sure you believe in Joe Hendry. I'm gonna pick Joe Hendry.
Hey, let's keep it brand oriented here.
Exactly.
Right? Let's keep it brand oriented here. Keep going.
Well, my pick, Raw's second pick, is someone that I believe, he's spent a lot of time on SmackDown. He's basically blasted through everyone possible. Now it's his time to come over to Raw. The Intercontinental Champion, Gunther.
Oh, yes. The unstoppable Ling General, the Iron Man of modern-day Royal Rumble history, and the guy that I believe that could personally break the Honky Tonk meter. There, I said it.
Yes.
All right, then. SmackDown, you're up next. What do you got? Like so far what y'all are thinking.
So they picked one of my picks. No big deal. It happens. It's the draft.
As this one
So
happens.
my secondary pick, which I thought would have been picked, SmackDown drafts the undisputed tag team champions, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Oh, that makes them definitely more brand-eccentric to the blue brand, and I can kind of understand that, considering if they lose one pair of the straps, then you know basically where they would be. And considering right now that they have defended the straps before under the Undisputed Tag Team title regime separately, I can see why you did that. All right. And Raw, you close out round one. Then we'll go into a brief discussion here.
Well, our next pick in the 2023 WWE draft, we're going to take our first women in this draft. She has done it all. She has main evented WrestleMania 37 in Tampa. She had an unbelievable match at WrestleMania in Dallas. She had a good match at WrestleMania 39. She went for her three-peat at WrestleMania. We are taking the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair.
The EST of WWE on a whole nother level of greatness, it seems. I like, by the way, the freaking hair whip effect. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was brilliant. All right. So that concludes round one. Short, sweet, and simple to the point, gentlemen. I like the fact that basically 4 out of the 5 picks were actual champions. The first one you picked, basically you claim is going to be a future world champion. So we have Raw taking Cody Rhodes, Gunther, and Bianca Belair, while SmackDown took Roman Reigns and the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. A very fair analysis. Sean Garner, by the way, is still waiting for somebody to think about what's next for one Roxanne Perez. So, Sean, I think you are on point. And again, I feel that the Royal Rumble definitely left some thoughts towards that. I believe that you are definitely accurate there. All right. So, that being said, Dwayne, you said that one of those picks Raw took was one of yours. You were kind of surprised by that, weren't you? Because, again, that's kind of what can happen in the draft.
No, honestly, when me and Tim was talking earlier, I kind of thought Romans would have been the shoe-in for the first pick. So I didn't even consider it at first. So that kind of threw me off a little bit, but we're good. We're good.
All right.
Me and Tim's collaborating right now.
Collaboration is key, damn it.
So are we.
Right. I mean, collaboration is key. Communication is key. You know what I'm saying here. And there goes the technical difficulties.
He's
all right.
Here.
And
I was going to let him take point, but I'll let him pick the second pick. Kind of surprising this early.
All right.
So
let's go ahead and continue on then with round 2. Draft pick number 6 goes to SmackDown. SmackDown, what do you got?
Well, I allowed Tim to take this pick. And like I said, we had talked about this. I didn't think it'd be this early, though. But he's picked the NXT Women's Tag Team titles, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Wow.
Good pick.
Considering that, again, you really don't have a women's tag team division up in main WWE, I would have to consider that if they are drafted, and hopefully Tim holds up here this time, if they are drafted, that would mean they would have to relinquish the NXT Tag Team Championships. Makes you wonder if they would be first ballot candidates to go after the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. So, an interesting pick. All right. Raw, you're on point for draft pick number 7. What do you guys got in mind?
Well, first of all, as we mentioned, we need tag teams. That's the big thing. I mean, we got to have tag teams.
Yeah.
And I'm making a call to good old Heartbreak Kid, letting him know we're taking one of his teams from him. Raw picks the Creed brothers.
Oh, Ohio represent the former NXT Tag Team Champions. Now I could just see some sort of creative right there. I'm just thinking right now in my head, but I do like that pick a lot. And again, Creepers, they have been down there for quite a good tenure in NXT. So again, I like this. And for those that are wondering, don't worry, I will relay it back. I'm also typing it as we speak. All right, back to SmackDown now for draft pick number 8.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim,
I'm waiting for the thumbs up. We'll come up with one.
I think he froze.
Did he freeze?
Hold on
But
just a second.
Technical difficulties, as they always do. I mean, the Creepers, of course, have had 2 chances now to regain the NXT Tag Team Championships. Fell short. They overcame Indashia. And overall, they are definitely diamonds in the rough. That is the WWE landscape. Endorsed by the likes of Daniel Cormier. That's got to tell you a whole lot. And Tim might be better off just mentioning you. He might be driving through a dead zone. Yep, right. There he goes again.
It's all good.
So what are you thinking?
Give me you don't have a list of what we already picked, have you?
You got for SmackDown or overall?
For SmackDown.
For SmackDown, let's see. You picked Roman Reigns, Sami and KO, Isla Dawn, and Alba Fire.
Okay.
I got you. Brain hurts. See, this is why you guys are supposed to prepare in advance.
He's not on here.
What?
Give me a second.
Okay. Well, don't worry about that. And again, folks, let your minds wonder. Like, if you were drafting, would you like to draft for Raw or SmackDown? Or like, would you like to see somebody maybe come back down to NXT? We think about WWE trying to reset things again. Tim, you got to get your stuff together, bro. Unacceptable. All right. I know, driving. It's always tricky.
Excuse me, Commissioner. It's the streamer's fault, so,
Yeah, I get it, man.
So I blame the Commissioner. And I got 2 words for you. You're fired.
Tell that to your driver. Anyway, so it's y'all's turn for a SmackDown. So, I mean, whenever you all actually come up with something. And he froze again.
I hear him.
Go in, you're
There he is.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I kind of hear you.
Huh?
It's your pick.
You know what that I said?
Go with it, man. It's your pick.
Okay. So, SmackDown, we got an NXT champion too, but it's not tag team. SmackDown chooses the North American champion, Wesley, the All-Star champion on NXT.
I mean, he has to relinquish the NXT North American Championship just like Solo Sikoa did, but Wesley has definitely been a guy that's going after all challenges possible. I could definitely see him going after either the United States or the Canelo Championship. So that's a fair pick. All right, Raw, what do you have in mind for draft pick number 9? I like the fact so far you guys are including some NXT talent here.
Well, our next pick into this year's 2023 WWE draft. This one is amazing. He's good on the mic. He's going to be a future world champion. I'm going to tell you, he's a favorite to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match this year. Our next pick, and this is why I'm talking to you guys, because let me talk to yous. Our next pick is L.A. Knight. Yeah.
LA Knight, of course, is a guy that screams megastar. Absolutely a first ballot pick for the Monday Night Raw brand, and definitely a guy that can carry himself both in the ring and on the mic. And on Monday Night Raw, you express both. Although I feel like you do more of the mic game on Raw than you do the actual ring game. Either way, yeah, LA Knight can excel. Great pick. And SmackDown will wrap up round number 2. SmackDown, what are you thinking?
One more time. Give me our picks.
Again, SmackDown so far, you've picked Roman Reigns, Sami and KO, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, and Wes Lee.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we're going with it. SmackDown picks the current SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
There's the brutality. I was
Well.
wondering when she was gonna be pinned. I mean, it just seems like it makes sense, right? She has the SmackDown, Raw has the Raw Women's Championship.
Yep.
It just kind of writes itself. So at this point, we look at the first two rounds. Both the women's championships have been drafted. You drafted a set of NXT champions, both the tag and the mid-card title. Let's just call it as we see it. You drafted both sets of the undisputed champions at this point, and you've also drafted one of the other mid-card champions. So there's a good balance here of quality talent, championship caliber. You also have some egos, but you also got great people with personalities that can connect. And then you got people that can excel in the ring, like Wesley and like the Creeds. So right now, there's a little bit of a dynamic of everything here. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward into round 3. Draft pick 11, Monday Night Raw. You will start things off.
All right. I have to go with this person because I've followed his career for the last 5 years, maybe 5-6 years. The person that I'm picking to come to Raw is an unbelievable talent, in and out of the ring. I've seen his stuff that he's done before he was in WWE, and obviously followed him since he started in the UK tournament. So if this gets you thinking of where I'm going with this, he was one half, or actually I should say 1/3 of a popular faction for the UK. He is currently on NXT, while his partner, he was in AEW for a couple matches, and then we have no idea where he went. So, anyway, my pick coming to Raw is Tyler Bate.
Big strong boy and the first ever NXT UK champion. And also a Heritage Cup winner.
Yep.
Done it all at the age of 19. Straight out of Dundee. That's
And the UK Tag Team Champion, too.
Oh, that's right. He did win the NXT.
With Trent Seven.
Mountain before, well, Trent Seven. I mean, we haven't seen what Trent Seven's been up to, but that's a fair shout. All right. Draft pick number 12 goes back to SmackDown now.
Tim, you want to announce it or you want me to?
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Go for it, brother.
Yo, so on SmackDown, we got another Mike Tucker, but he's a champion on the main brand. And nobody picked him. You guys are all sleeping on him. The United States champion, Austin Theory.
You can have him.
Damn.
You can have him.
A-Town Down, who beat John Cena, has also outlasted the likes of Bobby Lashley and Seth freaking Rollins. He calls himself the now endorsed by Paul Heyman when he got his contract from Evolve Pro Wrestling. Austin Theory, nothing but an upside from this brash, arrogant, very
Don't forget
confident
that
young
disastrous F5 off the top of the Elimination Chamber.
man.
Yes.
I can't believe that he even endured that, let alone freaking so bad. So again, if he's willing to take that, yeah, I mean, you know what? Sky's the limit for that guy. All right, draft pick number 13, Monday Night Raw, you're on point.
Well, our next pick in this year's 2023 WWE draft, this superstar just returned last week to Friday Night SmackDown, and I'm hoping he can get himself to be a world championship sometime this year, sometime next year.
Hopefully this year.
Hopefully this year.
Allegedly.
He was a former NXT champion.
Mhm.
He was a former Intercontinental champion. He's a former United States championship. This superstar is coming over to Monday Night Raw. His name is Shinsuke Nakamura.
The king of strong style, who basically has been lost in the shuffle for the longest period of time. And to my knowledge, I don't think he's actually been involved with Monday Night Raw at all. So that's definitely a unique first. All right. Draft pick number 14, SmackDown, you are on point.
We're kind of in a tie on this one right now, so I'm trust my gut on this one. We are drafting what should have already been drafted already.
And that would
Basically, I got nothing to say. We're going with the freaking killer himself, Solo Sikoa.
Oh, the street champ. Yeah, and of course, the guy right now that has subtly shown us that maybe he's trying to get ready because we're seeing a bit more of his personality. Paul Heyman was taken back when he freaking spoke. I mean, let's just put that out there. I think Solo Sikoa is definitely somebody that could be a champion before the year is out. I mean, heck, he's willing to take on Rhea Ripley. That just tells you enough right there. Right. All right, Raw, you finish out round 3 with what?
Well, this is one I'm going to allow Chris to go on his own for one of these because I want to go on my own for one. So, I'm going to, I'm looking at I just shared the image you gave me of all the rosters and stuff.
Right.
So I'm looking right now. I have to go. Man, I'm telling you, my gut is telling me that this is probably what's going to happen anyway. But in my world, I would do this myself. I have to go with a Hall of Famer for this pick.
Ooh.
A Hall of Famer who recently just beat the crap out of his son. I gotta go, Rey Mysterio.
This just makes sense, right? I mean, Rey Mysterio,
exactly.
World announced all over the world, multiple time world champion, got the win over his son Dominic Mysterio, still a mainstay, of course, and now is also WWE Hall of Famer. Rey Mysterio goes back on the Monday Night Raw side of things, the red brand. All right, well, that was a good opening 3 rounds here. As you can see, I've been typing up, of course, I only get 200 characters, but you guys can see what we have done so far with the first 2 rounds. Monday Night Raw, in our opinion, maybe it's best they require Cody Rhodes, Gunther, keep Bianca Belair, the Creepers from NXT, and LA Knight truly shows what he's capable of on the mic. Yeah. Why SmackDown, they still keep, of course, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but also the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Sami and KO. Bring some more women to their division with the Tag Team Champs for NXT, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, as well as bring somebody to really raise the game in the mid-card division, Wes Lee, and of course, bring our Brutality, and she already has the SmackDown Women's Championship, so that kind of like writes itself, and Rhea Ripley. As we move into round 4, that was a very good pick, by the way, Mysterio. SmackDown, you kick things off with draft pick number 16.
Tim, you might be up on this one.
Yeah. So, let's go with that. Let's go with the one that just returned from another returning superstar. Yeah. But no, do you know Scooter? Because he rides a scooter to the ring. His name is Broski. Matt Riddle.
Oh, good
Broski.
Former United States champion. Yeah, he did just make his return, and he had a pretty interesting altercation so far, it seems, with the Usos. I'm calling it right now. Backlash. They're going to book another 6-man tag. It's going to be Riddle, KO, and Sami versus the Usos and Solo. Guarantee you. I'm calling it now.
They already announced that last week.
Did they make that official?
Actually, they made the announcement Monday.
Yeah.
Now, is that for Backlash, or are you just talking
Backlash?
Backlash.
They actually put that up on the website?
Six-man tag.
Obvious. Seriously. What's the original? Now, hopefully, this isn't the main event, because last year's main event made people go, all the titles, no gold was on the line. Really? Just saying. Now, theoretically here, Riddle don't have a championship. But also, based on what's going on right now, the tag team championships, the state of them are up in the air.
But what if they had a little switch in the rules? Yeah, it's a 6-man tag. But what if Riddle and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens lose that match? They lose the titles back over to the Usos. They could do something like that if they wanted to.
Paul Heyman,
You know,
see
and where
Kevin
Sammy and
that.
Kevin might not even be involved in the pinfall, it could be Matt Riddle that gets pinned, and they could lose the titles.
It's
I
entirely
see.
possible.
I know next week on SmackDown we're getting the Usos versus Sammy and Kevin
we are.
Owens, but I'm hearing they might do a title change because of Kevin and Sammy won't be able to go to Saudi Arabia in May.
Well said. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, again, Saudi Arabia right now is the caveat right now when it comes to the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships, but we'll get more to there later. All right, having fun with this draft so far. I like the dynamic so far I'm seeing with these rosters. Hopefully WWE does something creative like this. Monday Night Raw, you're on point. Draft pick number 17.
Well, Monday Night Raw, I'm going to start building up the women's division. And I'm going to take these women are tag team. I'm going to take them, and they are going to be good on Monday Night Raw. They're going to be ruthless. They're going to be aggression. They might take people out left by left. This team is possibly going to be a future women's tag team champions, and they should have been by now. I am taking to Monday Night Raw the team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I can see those two definitely being a package deal because of the fact that right now Ronda Rousey, for all we know, is still wrestling with an injury, and literally she's been focused on getting tag team gold. If they don't become tag champs for the end of the year, I'll be bloody shocked.
Right.
Still a damn crime Shayna Baszler's never been a singles champion since NXT, but I digress. All right. SmackDown, what are you thinking?
We've left this gate open for Raw for a while, and they have not yet took the bait. So we're going to take the bait and take them right from you. We're going to complete this faction. Monday Night, Botch. Well, that was
Yes, Botch.
Monday Night SmackDown drafts the longest reigning tag team champions, the Usos.
You can have them.
Oh,
You can have
the Usos.
So now we have the entire bloodline on SmackDown.
Yep, you keep the family on point. Paul Heyman doesn't have a freaking aneurysm. So there you go. Nicely done. All right, Rob, what are you thinking?
Oh, good Lord.
Again,
I'm thinking that we need someone who is a definite crowd favorite. We need someone who's going to get the crowd involved.
Right.
I mean, really involved. Especially seeing as though Raw has been suffering, you know. I think that this person who's currently on Raw will stay on Raw. And I'm talking about the one who comes out with all these funky outfits from week to week.
Lord.
And those big, humongous red shoes that we all know and love. I'm talking about Seth freaking Rollins.
Two-time Grand Slam champion. Money in the Bank winner, the architect of Monday Night Maniacal Messiah and Maestro himself. Seth freaking Rollins staying on Monday nights. I could definitely see that still remaining the case. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're not going to put freaking Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins on the same brand. They're just not.
Right. No.
Although, again, you lost to him disqualification. Just saying. What do I know, right? What do I know? Call back.
That's right.
All right. SmackDown, what you got for the last pick of round 4?
Okay, so we got the phenomenal former NXT Women's Champion that came back from injury, that lost a botch match that Indy should have won, actually, in the last pay-per-view. We got Roxana Perez.
And Sean Garner was waiting for somebody to talk about that, and I think I can agree with him, and I think we all can agree that she is ready for a call-up. And funny enough, he thinks that Roxanne is likely ready for SmackDown. I can definitely see Roxanne doing more of her wrestling capability on the blue brand than being lost in the shuffle trying to be entertaining on the red brand. So I think that's a fair shout out. And like I said, she was involved in the Royal Rumble this year. That speaks merit. Not to mention she's done everything else possible in that NXT in less than a year. Congratulations.
She went over 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, she had a good run. So Damage Control friggin' ruined that. But anyway, again, Damage Control, what's the state of them? I don't know. They haven't even been drafted yet. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move into round 5 with Raw. You kick things off.
Well, this is with our next pick in the 2023 WWE Draft. This superstar I really enjoyed over the years.
All right.
He was a WWE champion. He won the Intercontinental Championship back in 2009 going into 2010. He won a championship in front of 0 fans.
Yep.
This superstar I love half to death. He won a Royal Rumble match. I am so ready for him to win a championship back in WWE. I am taking Drew McIntyre to Monday Night Raw.
Good call, Chris.
That's a good one right there. Ever since losing out on the Intercontinental Championship, he's kind of been lost in the shuffle on SmackDown as well. Although there has been some questions regarding his future when it comes to, okay, how's his contract stand, stuff like that. But again, we'll probably talk more about that as this draft really comes to fruition. But yeah, he's been kind of stuck on the blue brand now. Let's see if he can reset himself on the red side of things. And now that Gunther is over there too, there's a one-on-one waiting to happen. All right. SmackDown, you're up next.
Okay. We're going with one more tag team that I thought would have already been picked by now. So, once again, SmackDown drafts the one and only Street Profits.
Okay, so SmackDown wants the
smoke. That's why.
To my knowledge, I don't think the Street Profits have. To my knowledge, I don't think the Street Profits has ever been SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So that's the only titles they're missing for the Grand Slam. So
actually, they won the SmackDown Tag Team Champion.
They were handed to them.
Oh, that's right. There was a handoff. That's right.
Right.
I guess that counts, but I mean, really?
I don't count it as that. But.
I don't count that bullshit. All right, seriously, a handoff is just a cheap way of like, okay, you're on the brand that's a different color.
Right. Yeah, the exchange to me doesn't count.
No, I don't think it should. Record books be damned. Yeah. All right, Rob, what you got next?
You know me, I love going NXT. So my next pick is coming from NXT. It's a tag team that has caused quite a bit of chaos. And needless to say, both there and NXT UK. I absolutely love this team, despite the fact that they are heels, and the fact that I'm very picky when it comes to heel tag teams, especially ones that I actually get behind. Right. These guys I really get behind because I love their characters. I love their skits that they have. They're great on the microphone. I gotta go with the former NXT UK Tag Team Champions, former NXT Tag Team Champions, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, Pretty Deadly.
Yes, boy, those goofballs. Well, they'll definitely be an entertaining attraction on Monday Night Raw. If nothing else, their fashion appeal.
And guess what? The Pretty Deadly, Jeff, you're gonna do this with me right now.
I am.
Yes, because guess what? Pretty Deadly, they hosted Stand and Deliver.
Oh, God. Bye,
The only
everybody.
thing that would make me enjoy that team more is if they had Tyler Breeze as their mouthpiece.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be him and Fandango. That would be amazing to see.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Look.
That's super weird, and that's an idea I could actually get behind. What the fuck?
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's go to SmackDown now for their next pick. Looks like Tim is out and about. SmackDown, you're next.
Okay. I know you guys are sleeping on these champions. Yeah. And new champions of the women's division. Raquel Gonzalez and Liv Morgan.
Oh, the current WWE Women's Tag Team champions, at least for the time being, unless Team Karen actually beats them literally post this. But I mean, Liv Morgan, she's living the moment, and now what is it? Raquel's like a 3-time WWE Women's Tag Team champion at this point. Good grief.
Yeah. I will say I think it's 3. But I will say for the record, we didn't pick them because honestly, I think they have better shot as a team right now on SmackDown as they would on Raw. So that is why we didn't pick the women's tag team champions.
That's a fair point. Well, as we conclude our initial 5 rounds, guys, great job. Raw closes things out before we take a bit of a reprieve and look back at what you all done so far. So, Raw, what are you doing to close out this round?
Well, I'm going to take someone to NXT. I'm going to go off with this NXT superstar.
NXT.
I really am a fan of this superstar. I can't wait for his potential on the main roster. And he is a former NXT champion. He is 0-2 at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
He just recently turned heel.
yes.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take this because I talked to my buddy Dave from work, and now
I was gonna say Dave Meltzer.
no. And I am gonna say it. We're closing things out. Monday Night Raw selects Braun Breaker.
There it is. The guy that's spurring everybody in half on NXT. That's a mean dog to let in on the red brand. All right. Well, good job, guys. That finishes off the supplemental first 5 rounds here. Let's go ahead and review your rosters here before we move on to maybe cover some of my rounds or just talk some thoughts. So, Raw overall, you chose the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the current Intercontinental Champion, Gunther, the current Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, former NXT Tag Team Champions, the Creed Brothers, L.A. Knight, Big Trump Boy, former NXT UK Champion, Tyler Bate, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Mysterio, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Pretty Deadly, what the hell, and Braun Breaker. For SmackDown, you guys chose the head of the table, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, the current NXT North American Champion Wesley, and might I add the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, to get the accolades all out there. The current SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. Duh, they need to do that. The United States Champion, Austin Theory, so each brand does have a mid-card champion. Solo Sikoa, keeping the bloodline together. Matt Riddle, bro. The Usos, and I'm sure Riddle and the Usos will have no love lost with each other. Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy. Now, that'd be a very interesting program considering that it was Rhea Ripley that faced Roxanne to pick her poison on behalf of Cora Jade. So there's definitely some bad blood that they could call back. The Street Profits, who could look for a whole different type of smoke. And Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, the current WWE Women's Tag Team champions. So at this point, you've all drafted a fair amount of the current NXT champions, former and of the latter. You've also drafted all the current champions across both brands. And there are some key names that I'm kind of surprised that haven't really been talked about. Like, we talk about, like, maybe the Brawling Brutes, for example, Butch and Rich Holland. We talk about Legado del Fantasma, Johnny Gargano, the Karens. Just put it out there. They are characters. They are the freaking characters that are on the show. Just put it out there. You talk about people that haven't been even on TV, like Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux. Hello. Nobody's done anything with Judgment Day when it comes to Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Damian Priest. Yeah, pretty much the only one that's freaking out of that group. Nobody's done anything with the almighty Bobby Lashley, and then other marquee names I was figuring out of NXT. Nobody touched the likes of Zoe Stark, who, again, she was also involved in the Royal Rumble. And I figured about also the current rising Charlie Dempsey. Give me him versus Butch. I'm just saying. Thank you for not picking Jinder Mahal, because nobody needs that 2017 rerun. And we still have no idea whether or not Roderick Strong truly is part of NXT or injured or what. So there's still a whole lot more room to play around with. So I'm curious why we talk about what you all did these initial 5 rounds. What was kind of like your initial picking process, balancing out what you really did? Both of you had a fair amount of NXT call-ins with your draft plan. So Team Raw, I'll start with you. Jeff and Chris, and you all can like interchange on this one. What was like your strategy when you figured about if you were drafting Raw, the balance of NXT versus, those that may have been on Raw before but haven't? And do you feel that's a strategy that Monday Night Raw should employ when it comes to the actual draft? Or should they focus more on just exchanging between SmackDown and Raw itself?
I personally think that having NXT involved in this is the way to go, because this is the time to call people up. This is also the time to call people down. And honestly, going to NXT, in my eyes, really isn't considered calling it down. I think that going down to NXT is another way of saying, hey, I'm going down to help the talent. Because that's exactly what they're doing. You got your veterans up on the main roster going down to NXT to help the talent. And I think that, we've had some amazing matches down there. I mean, hell, Dolph Ziggler, Braun Breaker had an amazing match in NXT. They had another one on Monday Night Raw. I mean, you can't argue with that. Finn Balor's gone down that direction to help out. There are many superstars from the main roster who have gone to NXT to help. And I think that, personally, with having some come up, it makes sense to have some from the main roster go to NXT. So it kind of evens out the playing field and gives different start on a new start on different rivalries that could potentially happen. Like, I would love to see who the hell starts a rivalry with Carmelo Hayes, and with him being the NXT champion. Who from the main roster could possibly go there? I mean, to face him. There's just so many questions, and that's why I love the draft. You never know what's going to happen.
Chris, anything to add along with that summit, or any thoughts that you might have had shared with Jeff, or slightly different?
Well, I was talking to Jeff all throughout today, like in between my breaks at work and when I had free time. We just went back and forth, and personally, with my mindset, I love going with the flow on stuff. If I have a person in mind, I'm going with that first.
Commit to it.
I'm committing to that. And person, you never know what is going to happen come next Friday night, and also the week after that. You never know what is going to happen on draft night. That's why. And let's take a deep think. Next week, we got the draft and we got the NFL draft going on at the same time.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Thursday.
Yep.
Well, Thursday. So
Thursday,
not crazy.
6:30.
They're not doing it at the exact same time. They're just doing it days back to back. They're not that insane. Okay.
Right.
No,
Continue.
but Friday, the first round of the NFL draft is Thursday night. Then Friday is rounds 2 and 3. and then you got night 1, the WWE draft. Then Monday we end the WWE draft. But you never know who's going to come up to Raw, who's going to come from SmackDown.
Right.
And you never know if Triple H is signing superstars to like new contracts, superstars that are like free agents out of different wrestling companies that is going to come in for the WWE draft and get drafted. You never know what is going to happen until it happens.
There it is, right before your eyes, despite the fact they have a horribly set up that's supposed to be a believable network room with a giant robot for Fox. I still really? You expect me to believe that network room is that proactive? Give me a break. These people are all about business. Damn it. Dwayne, what was kind of like the mindset with you and Tim when it came to driving for SmackDown? Considering, again, SmackDown's only 2 hours. It's always been more focused on the wrestling side of things. You got to have a condensed roster, but you got to have a balance equal out of male and female talent. I feel that's where the disconnect is with SmackDown lately. We consider that the SmackDown women's division, there's like maybe, we talked about it on Sports Skeeter when we wrote about the article. There is double digits, but they show like maybe a third of them if we're lucky. So what was kind of your strategy going into branding for SmackDown? Was it building up the women's division? Was it redefining your mid-card division, balancing NXT more so than maybe picking up stuff from Raw, like, SmackDown wants to be in the land of opportunity? What's kind of your and Tim's thought process for SmackDown?
Well, I can't speak for Tim. Now I'm sitting here looking at all these drafts we had in Raw. Had a great picks. A lot of them I had in mind in the back of my head. A couple of them stole from me. Like I said before, it's the draft. It happens.
Yep.
I can't speak for Tim on this strategy, but my strategy is going in is, let me talk to you for a minute. No pun intended.
No pun intended? Okay.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
One of my favorite factions back in the days in the Ruthless era was Evolution.
Yep.
And their basis was past, present, in the future. And that's kind of like what I was looking at. Now, we've got the present. I did not pick no past, but the way I look at it is this. Some of these present guys that we have are kind of pretty much past their prime. They're still great wrestlers, but their better days are behind them. Give or take, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. I won't even probably go say it's Bobby Lashley, even though, will we ever get to see another main event Bobby Lashley again? We don't know. So I was looking at possibly maybe main event moving up some of the mid cards to a main event stash level. Hence, we got Riddle, Roxanne Perez that we brought in, Drew McIntyre, which he may be past his prime as well. But then also, I wanted to see the future come up as well. We've still got people that are well established today. We've got Austin Theory we picked. We've got Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Even though they're a tag team, they still got single careers ahead of them. Sky's the limit for both of those guys, So, I'm excited to see how this goes. I've seen rumor call-ups for NXT. One or two I might could see, but, I kind of think they're going to disappoint us on the NXT call-ups this year, unless they pretty much just change it up on the fly, which we've seen that done before. So,
once in a while, they have surprised us. I mean, but it is one of those things right now where, again, you do wonder who's really guarding the draft behind the scenes.
Right.
Exactly.
Which is the other scary thing to think about. But again, you think about that we only did 5, rounds, and chances are SmackDown's going to do like 7 because last time they did the draft, what did they do? They split it half. They did half the roster. We didn't even know what that half consisted of.
Right.
They were just like, okay, we're going to do half the roster and half. Now, obviously, that number's got to be a lot bigger considering how much more depth talent they have. I mean, look at what you all did just tonight. The ones in black are the ones you all drafted. The ones not even highlighted in black are the ones that are undrafted. Look at Raw and SmackDown alone. Like I said, several marquee names, key tag teams, Viking Raiders, for example, factions, damage control. You left that alone. Elias, too bad. Poor Elias. Dom Ziggler, he's there. Dexter Loomis, Damian Priest. So,
Johnny Gargano's still there.
Yeah, about to say Johnny Gargano. Isn't he injured though? I think he's injured actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Looking at this right now, I can see 3 of them I probably should have thought of picking that wasn't
right.
Becky. I'm surprised Becky Lynch and Charlotte was not one of them.
Well, Charlotte, yeah, I mean, Charlotte Flair might be gone, but yeah, Charlotte Flair's going to return eventually. And Becky Lynch, that was another one that you all didn't touch either. Neither Bayley or Asuka, for that matter.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I'm looking at the now, and I'm looking more like up here to what we have right now, so to speak. So
yeah, exactly. And again, we did this like for fun. We did this for 5 rounds, but I think overall, you guys definitely gave a great collaborative idea to what Raw and SmackDown could do. And I think a lot of the picks that you all shared tonight, excuse me, dadgummit, stupid cough. Damn it. I feel like a lot of the picks that you all did share tonight are very realistic. If nothing else, Cody Rhodes out drafting Roman Reigns. That'd probably be the shock of the entire draft itself. Because I definitely can see those two being back to back, but I could also see it being like Cody Rhodes can no longer face bees on SmackDown, blah, 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 blah. So again, I'm very curious to see what is to unfold next week and whether or not they do actually call back to NXT a bit more than usual.
Right.
We'll have to wait and see. But again, it's all going to come down to who truly is in charge behind the freaking scenes. But I digress. But good stuff, guys. So again, we'll see what people might think about this, fantasy draft of our own and which side maybe drafted a better, stronger, more engaging, entertaining, invested brand. And we'll go from there. I'm going to save this. We're also going to see if you all actually mirror what WWE's going to do next week. But I think we'll call that here. So again, great job to both my teams. I'm very proud of what you both accomplished. And folks, stay tuned. Again, the WWE Draft officially is next week Friday. This graphic is out of date. Watch. It's next week Friday on Fox, on SmackDown. Starts there and then continues on with Monday Night Raw. Again, the dates for the WWE Draft are Friday, May 28th and Monday, May 1st. We will see how the entire landscape is redefined in the WWE. I had a WWE Backlash, by the way, which is literally the friggin' same week. But I digress. So thank you all so much for taking part in this, and thank you all for tuning in. So before we conclude and before we get back to whatever is ahead for our evenings, let's go ahead and just, go around and shoot around the horn where people can connect with us. Again, it's always a pleasure. Jeff, get some rest, man. You're tired. Anything you want to promote, where can people find you until next time we do Simply Predicting, of course.
Tired is an understatement. Exhausted is more like it. You can find me on Meltdown, Meltdown 316. We actually just celebrated 300 followers this past week, so I want to thank everybody for following us there. MWL, as he brought up, is our prediction league, which we will be starting up season 5 on July 1st. And just like the WWE and just like here, MWL has a draft on Sunday, June 18th. And we're doing something a little different with our draft. Each GM is given 500 draft bucks. And we're going to have ourselves an auction for each individual participating in MWL. Who's going to be drafted to Spark? Who's going to be drafted to Diamond? That's to be told on June 18th. So if you want to be part of the draft and come in and make a character and have fun predicting and be part of the draft, hit me up either on MWL or on Meltdown or myself, Jeff Chadwick.
Simple as that. If you want to disconnect, get some rest, man. It's been always a pleasure, my friend. Good luck again at your fantasy draft and good luck in MWL. I'm always going to be a part of it. I know I'll be in and out of the roundtable sometimes too, but I think until next time, predicting, man, get some rest. Good night to you. I do.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure. Tim, I know you had technical difficulties, but again, man, you did a great job. Follow him, folks. He's part of all the wrestling leagues. So just follow Tim Tobin. Dwayne, always a pleasure, my friend. I see your tag right there. That's your Twitter, I'm guessing, right, sir?
You follow me on Twitter. I'm rarely on there unless breaking news is coming down, but you will find me. I will spot a tweet here and there. But mostly you just find me on Facebook. You can follow me there.
There you go.
Again, this is great. I really enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it since it was announced last week, guys. Yep, y'all did a great job. Couldn't ask for a better pick. Jeff, one of these days, I want to get on your roundtable, dude.
Absolutely.
I would love to do it. Yeah, I can talk all night for wrestling.
We're taking a little hiatus right now, just a little break, but we will be coming back. And absolutely, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, hook me up for that, bro. I like to see that.
Absolutely.
Again, we'll see you guys. Let's enjoy the draft, man. It's going to be interesting.
1 week away, folks. 1 week away. Stay tuned. And of course, we'll be trying to keep you all up to date across our feeds, and No DQ will always keep you covered as well. And we'll see what the Japanese Network Media has in store for you too. Thank you again, Dwayne. I definitely look forward to seeing you again also on Simply Predicting. Again, folks, the next Simply Predicting as we return to regular routines here on the channel will be WWE Backlash. Date tentatively Friday, May the 5th. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if not 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned for official details. Again, I'll make it official. That being said, Chris, always a pleasure, my friend. Good job. You and Jeff did a great job for Raw, just like Dwayne and Sid did for SmackDown. I hope everybody had a great time in this fun little exhibition. Again, we'll see how accurate you all are, or we'll see how far you all are off. But anything you want to promote, and where can people find you?
Well, where everybody could find me at is on my Twitter. It's uppercase C, lowercase ROTZ 24. My Instagram is CMROTZ _6472. My Facebook is Christopher Ross. My Discord is uppercase C, lowercase ROTZ 2423. My TikTok is.
Hope that's not on here.
No,
all the social medias. All the social medias.
Yes.
My TikTok is Rots _2423. My Snapchat is C _Rots17. It's always been a pleasure to come on here. When I found out that we're doing our very own WWE draft, I was so excited. And hopefully, if they continue the draft from year to year to year, I hope we make this a yearly thing and have our own WWE draft. It's always been a pleasure. The next time you'll be seeing me on Noah's channel is going to be in 2 weeks from tonight. And that is going to be on Friday, May 5th, where we are going to be predicting WWE Backlash.
Good Lord Almighty.
And then and after that, after that, we're gonna be doing on Friday, May 26th. We're gonna be doing Impact's Under Siege event, where we found out last night that it's gonna be Steve Macklin versus PCO
He's not human
for the Impact World Championship. And yes, I did call it last week on the panel video that PCO was going to get a championship opportunity. Well, I was right all along.
Look at this humble man. Bring it over here because they got one prediction right.
But then also we are going to be here to predict WWE's Night of Champions, where every single championship will be defended in Saudi Arabia. And we are going to be celebrating Roman Reigns' 1,000-day championship reign. And then we're going to be also predicting NXT Battlegrounds, a.k.a. Noah, do your thing.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about that? Not my NXT!
And then we are going to be here for the 5th anniversary of AEW Double or Nothing event.
AEW! Okay, continue.
And then that rounds up May. So if you guys want to get on to the Simply Predicting panel, just hit Noah up, just hit Jeff Chadwick up, hit myself up. You could also hit Dwayne Atkinson and whoever's on the Simply Predicting. Just hit us up and we'll be happy to get you on make a positive impact in life, enjoy professional wrestling. And I can't wait to be back on here on Friday, May 5th.
Amen to that, brother. Always a pleasure, my family and my friends, and always a pleasure for those that choose to tune in. Thank you once again for watching the stuff courtesy of this simple brand. If people want to know more about me, though, know this, for I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling, damn it! But I digress. So find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and in Foster1916 for all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, to my entire ATW family on the Twitter. Shout out to James Hebert of their Productions. He upgraded my banner. This guy's becoming his own marketing. I'll tell you that much. We'll be getting back together with AEW Spark next week. Again, I was sick, so I wasn't part of the session this week. But please check it out if you can. Wrestling Fortunes, also the playlist on my simple YouTube channel. If you want to be part of the leagues, you ever want to be up to date with the leagues and predictions, etc., it's always right there underneath the community tab on my YouTube or right there pinned on it, my Twitter. Again, Adam Foster, 1916. Keep it all simple. And, of course, follow my main podcast platform, the ATW View, where me and my family come together at random times, usually discussing all sorts of fans wrestling and predicting the biggest show at that time, too. I think the next time we're coming together is literally for AEW Double or Nothing. And as always, you want more of this wild shenanigans of a different sort, then follow Cast the 18 Studios and check out the weekly Saturday night shenanigans on Open Mic Night. Hosted, as always, by the Renegade, JJ Williams. And as Chris alluded to, we talked about city predicting for the upcoming session of May. Lord help me. But we'll see what happens when it comes to the coverage of the WWE Draft 2. Because, again, I don't have Fox, but I'll see what I can do. If nothing else, I'll definitely try and give you play-by-play live coverage and results on the following Monday. And again, damn this cough. The draft will be next week, Friday, on Fox starting, and then following that, Monday. Again, that is April 28th. Blah. And May 1st. Excuse me. Damn this friggin' sign.
It's all right. I've got them too.
Friggin' sound like the secretary for Monsters Inc. Hello, boys. 2.5 years of this nonsense under Vince McMahon regime. Anyway.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
I'm sorry. Anyway, and again, this is just some of the wholesome fun that we always like to do, even at the end of these crazy videos too. And I cover all sorts of other things. I'm going to try and bring something up with Ring of Honor, and who knows what the next paper is going to be. Stay tuned for more on that, folks. And I'm going to try and bring something forward with NJPW, particularly this summer when it comes to G1 Climax 33. But that's still to come later on down the line too. But as always, let it conclude. There are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters, just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. With that being said, thank you so much once again for tuning in to this fun exhibition video where we did our own WWE draft. And we'll see if it is accurate, incorrect, more worthwhile, or maybe surprising. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the bell notification goes live or on demand on this channel. Hit the subscribe button. Help me keep growing this YouTube community because I celebrate my 5-year anniversary in October. It's been a fun ride, and I'm not letting up anytime soon. Thank everybody has been part of this fun YouTuber creators journey. For the entire City Predicting family, Jeff Chadwick, Dwayne Atkinson, Tim Tolman, Christopher Ross, those that couldn't be here, Horseman, Nebula, you know who you are. And again, always say yes to no DQ. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all do give a chance on the WWE Draft. And I hope you all just have a wonderful evening. So until next time, bid y'all now a fine adieu. And make a positive impact in life. And have a good night. Somebody don't fuck this up. I really am scared they're going to fuck it up. I'm just going to put it out there right now. Put it out there right now. All right? Because if they fuck it up, there will be a rant. And it will be anything but simple.
If fucking up was an Olympic sport, WA would get the gold.
Put on your seatbelts, boys.
Yeah, buckle up. TikTok. We didn't even talk about freaking Karen Cross. Damn. Again, more rosters they know what to do with. Go friggin' figure.
Exactly.
Yeah.